Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career money reading for the end of September, right through to the end of October 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and they're showing me an image of the game of Twister. Okay, now this may have come up in a reading before, many months ago, maybe even last year. Maybe not for your sign, but I'm just seeing an image of that game Twister. So perhaps it means that you are bending over backwards in your career. Perhaps you're trying to calculate a very difficult move in your career, and you may feel that there are some blockages or stipulations that perhaps you have to get past in order to make this change in some way. I can't really decode it in any other way. I mean, some of you may even be thinking about taking a sidestep in your career that is actually closer to your goal. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. I mean, I can't imagine you're playing Twister as you're listening to this reading. So I'm just going to, yeah. I mean, look, your first card is the Chariot card. So that indicates some sort of change of direction or change of approach to something that you're doing at this moment in time. The Chariot card is actually an increase in ambition. It is motivation, drive, and the willpower to get to where you want to go and succeed, be triumphant and successful. And look, we have the Sun card here. So some of you are feeling that there's been a bit of a delay, or you may feel that things have been difficult. Some of you are learning to, ask for what you deserve, like value yourself more, not undersell yourself. And you may be looking at areas in your career where you feel underestimated, unappreciated, or undervalued, or even underpaid. And I definitely get a sense here that you are trying to readdress the balance there as well. But your outcome is the Empress energy. So everything that you're working really hard to achieve is definitely coming to fruition, is definitely going to be rewarding. And I mean, even your first card there, it's the 6 of Swords. So some of you are trying to leave something behind that perhaps was very turbulent or difficult. Now this could be, an altercation with a person, could be a misunderstanding, could also be, something that has been very taxing on your brain. Perhaps you're trying to come up with new ideas in order to further your career or branch out in some way. I definitely see this energy of uncharted territory being explored in your career. And with the 6 of Cups, it indicates the universe is about to bestow some benevolence upon you. Yeah, there's a 5 of Swords there as well. So you're all up in the Swords energy. So some of you, you've had a lot of stuff on your mind that perhaps has been making you feel highly pressurized, or you may feel stressed and you're trying to manage your stress levels. I feel like you've got a lot on your plate in your career right now, and you're trying to find a way to navigate some changes. And I feel, oh, they want me to go again. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, it's interesting because in terms of your status, you've got 3 kings there. Now, I'm going to pull some cards to see if this is like a group of people, but I feel these are aspects of yourself trying to do something that you love, that some of you have been thinking about taking action in some area in your career for quite some time, whether it's a second stream of income, whether it's setting up your own business. I definitely see you making a move to take action on that in the next 6 weeks. It's going to be very lucrative. I see a lot of money coming on in for you, but right now I see that you're looking at your finances, especially since your King of Pentacles is in the resistance position. You may be looking at factors in your career right now that are not working for you. Things or practices perhaps that waste your time. I feel like you're trying to be more time efficient, and I feel like you have a deadline or something in your mind that you want to have started up before like the end of October. So I definitely see a goal that you have. You're going to be very busy, very goal oriented, but the Chariot card indicates that some of you are making big decisions right now. And I feel with this card in particular, this is about overcoming obstacles to get to your goal, to get to where you want to go. And the Six of Swords also indicates that you are coming out of a very turbulent time or a difficult time mentally regarding your career. You may feel that you've got a lot of stuff on. There's a lot of pressure for you to deliver your talents, your skills. I definitely see that you're very gifted, okay? The Empress energy tells me that you're really good at what you do. You're a pro at what you do, especially since all those kings are turning up in your reading as well. Male or female, it's not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. This indicates that you are at the top of your game, and that actually you bring a lot to the table that other people cannot. You offer a lot in the way of your skill set. So some of you may be looking at what you're paid and feel that you've hit a glass ceiling. You may feel it's time to move on, or at least put your resume out there or put the feelers out there to see if there's alternative options or opportunities to increase your finances. I feel that, you do love what you do, but I get a sense that it's been difficult, okay? And the Chariot card indicates that some of you are getting really organized, really strict with your time, really focused. And when it comes to your finances, I feel like you're keeping a tight rein on your budget as well. But I do see you overcoming any difficulty if you have been having any financial difficulty there as well. And for those beautiful Virgos out there who are currently looking for work and have had a very tough time trying to find an opportunity, I actually see 3 opportunities coming in your way. I know that sounds like overwhelming, that you've looked for ages and then suddenly there's 3. I feel like there's one that perhaps doesn't quite meet the standards of what you're hoping for, but there's 2 that you really have to choose between, and I feel that you're going to put yourself in a really good position. And I see there's status there. There's more responsibility and more money, but I definitely get a sense that you'll work really hard for it. So I feel like you're not adverse to working really hard for it. I feel like you're someone who actually thrives in a hardworking environment, but only when you love what you do and you feel like you're working towards a goal that adds value to you and your bank balance, okay? So, and also I feel with the King of Cups being present in your reading as well, you're hoping that it is something that is emotionally rewarding, where you feel like you're doing something that just feels like you're adding value. Okay, that's what I'm picking up there. Now, the Chariot card indicates an increase in motivation, drive, and ambition. So some of you may have felt a little bit low energy recently. You may have felt a little bit unmotivated where you're at. And especially if you've hit a glass ceiling where you're at and you feel like you're trying to, upskill, or you're trying to utilize your skills to its full potential, you may feel that you haven't had an opportunity to really do that. So some of you may be actually moving or taking yourself elsewhere and your skill set elsewhere, because the King of Pentacles, whilst it's in the resistance position at first, it goes into the upright position, which indicates that there's a new opportunity. It could be a promotion. Doesn't mean that you're actually physically moving from where you're at. It could mean that a promotion is made available and there's more money and status, but also more responsibility available to you there as well. The Six of Swords also indicates some of you relocating or maybe even traveling for work. Some of you may even step into a role that has, a company car attached to it, or you may try to negotiate a better deal where they pay for your travel. So there may be like an opportunity to get a benefit in kind like that. Also, the Six of Swords indicates that, it's actually crossing the Five of Swords, which is to have a lot on your mind, to feel a lot of tension, to feel like you're not supported in some way. And the Five of Swords can also indicate some of you may be dealing with some very selfish people, things may have been unfair. There may have even been something that you tried to connect to that didn't go your way. But the Six of Swords says that you're being directed towards something better. There's a silver lining here where you're actually being moved out of difficulty into a much calmer environment. So some of you may leave a place that you once loved and you didn't want to, but you feel they're not valuing your skills, or they're not, recognizing that you bend over backwards to literally bring your A game. That's what I'm feeling here. Six of Swords also indicates some of you are trying to do something new, especially since you've got a Ten of Swords here in the resistance position. So as I said, it's like in the reverse. That means there's some sort of new start. So some of you may be trying to launch something new, whether it's an idea. Doesn't have to mean that you're leaving something, but some of you may be launching like a second stream of income or your own business and entrepreneurship, especially since you've got so many kings here. And I feel these are uncharted territories. So some of you may feel pressurized, or you may feel a little bit anxious or nervous because you're trying to do something new that perhaps you've never done before. So I feel there's a level of uncertainty. I see that it's going to work out really well for you. I mean, the Three of Swords tells me that there is going to be a little bit of hardship along the way. It's not going to be easy, okay? But I see with the Six of Cups there that the universe steps in to bring you some benevolence. And I feel like, you've got the smarts, you're really intelligent, but also you are intuitive, and you're making really good decisions for your career in the long term. And I definitely see you attracting a lot of abundance and money in that area as well. Now, the Six of Swords with the Five of Swords, some of you, especially since it's air, okay, I would say air really connects to like the mind, but also to the internet. So, if you've got a really important project on this week or in the next 6 weeks, I would say it's really important to back it up, because there is a high potential that you may have to start again or something crashes. And if it's not saved down, it's going to be very frustrating. And I feel like you're going to get, even more stressed. So I just feel that energy. So just watch out for that. Back everything up there. Also, some of you may decide to stop using certain computer programs or packages that really do not aid you in your work. You may feel like there's extra steps in your working environment that actually waste your time. So you may feel like, embracing a new filing system or a new way of working, a new, spreadsheet or something that will help you to change your circumstances. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur already, you may even like buy some sort of computer equipment that helps you streamline your services in order to make more time for you ultimately. And with this Five of Swords, some of you, not all of you, because I'm feeling a small percentage of you are feeling a little bit micromanaged where you're at right now, and you're more capable at this job than the person who is micromanaging you. That's what I'm seeing here. So there's someone in a position of power. If you work in an environment where you work with other people and there's a hierarchy there, I see that there's someone who is either cross-checking your work or looking over your shoulder. And this person, they're doing it because they don't have much else to do. They just, they're coasting. They're trying to make it look like they're doing something. And I feel that this person feels a bit threatened by your talents, your gifts, because they see that you could step into their role and do it like in a quicker time than they do it. So it's almost like they see you as a threat, even though you may not want their role. They see the skills that you've got, and they see that you will elevate in the company a lot quicker than they will. And I feel this person is trying to be extra critical of your work. So just watch out for that. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that energy, actually, okay? Now, some of you with the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords, you may be stressing about finances. Because you have a Six of Swords present, it does tend to tell me that you're going to get through this. I feel you're turning a bit of a chapter in your life, and it may not feel like it, but things are turning a corner for the better. And I feel, look, the Chariot. I mean, you saw me shuffle the cards. Your overarching energy is the Chariot, which means there may be some bumps in the road that you've been experiencing, but you're on track, and some of you are taking action to change your circumstances, and that energy is going to make you triumphant. So I feel your ambition and your desire is going to see you victorious. Okay, this is a card of victory. It indicates that you are working really well, and that you're heading in the right direction. You're very skillful is what they're giving me here as well. But some of you may have to make a decision in the next 6 weeks, and it may be about leaving a place or even stepping into a new position like a promotion where you're at, or even traveling for work or being relocated. And I feel it may worry you about this next transition, but I also see here that it's going to be so rewarding long term. So whatever decision you are making, I feel like you're making the right one because you're trusting your intuition. Now we do have the sun, and it's in the resistance position. So again, it's like you got it in the reverse. Some of you, you're very modest about your skill set. You don't really peacock yourself, as it were. You don't really show off your skills. Your work tends to like speak for itself. But I feel promoting your work or making people aware that you have completed something is important, especially since you've got a 5 of Swords here, because there's a potential for someone to try and take credit for your work. I would also keep any ideas that you have, new ideas, I would keep them to yourself and work really hard on them, behind the scenes, and then, obviously unveil them when they're ready. I feel like there's a big reveal here for you in the coming weeks. Some of you may be going through some sort of appraisal or giving some sort of presentation that requires your incredible mind to come to the fore and deliver some words that really will have an impact. There's nothing to worry about here is what I see, okay? But ultimately, as you can see in this Sun card, you are building something very stable. There's a wall there that is brick, and I feel things are going to start coming together, even though they may feel that they haven't been, okay? Now, the Sun card can also indicate in this position that some of you have been running on low energy because you're feeling a little bit burnt out. And you may be looking at areas of your life on a personal level of things or people or even diet, things that really drain your energy, even sleep. Okay, because the 10 of Swords is present. I mean, it's more the 9 of Swords that's connected to sleep, but when you get to the 10 of Swords energy, it can indicate that your brain is fried because you've got so much on your plate right now. It's time to have a rest, rejuvenate, recharge your batteries, and then come back stronger and more clear about what it is that you want to do in your career. Sometimes we need to take a step back and not, try to pressure something into happening or working. And when we take a step back, suddenly the answers are delivered towards us. This came up briefly in the Libra reading, so perhaps you've got Libra placements there somewhere, especially since you've got a Taurus Libra card at the end. It doesn't have to be that you have a placement there, but what came up is sometimes when we step away from something that is bothering us, then we can find a moment of peace to really see the bigger picture, and suddenly we know what to do. So when we try to pressurize something into working, sometimes our brain just doesn't work that way because there's so much on your mind. And if you're overloading it with pressure to say, I need to find out this idea, I need to work this out, I need to, make the next step. Sometimes the brain like short circuits and says, I can't do that. And then you feel very sort of like bereft or lost or a little bit, clouded in your energy or have brain fog. So sometimes it's really important to make sure, number one, you get the best sleep available to you. And number two, take a step back, relax, do something that you enjoy for you. And then you start to recharge your batteries and your brain takes a little bit of a rest, and then you're back in the game. Okay, so I definitely see that your mind has been working overloadedly. Is that a word? Your mind has been working overtime, shall we say. And I feel whatever it is that you are planning right now, it is going to come together. I see your goals being on target. And the 10 of Swords in this position, it indicates there's some sort of new start. Now, this could be a new approach to something that you're doing. It could also be a moment of clarity where suddenly you recognize what you need to do. And I feel some of you are literally leaving a position behind because there's something greater on the other side being offered to you. And if you feel, some of you, if you feel a little bit like you're at rock bottom in your career or in your personal circumstances, because you may have felt that something's not working for you, I definitely see things taking a turn for the better for you as we move into October. October is actually quite a good month for you. And the 10 of Swords really can indicate that, you are cutting out things that have been really challenging, or you're responding differently to a challenging situation. So if there is someone who's trying to micromanage you, I feel like you're rising above it and you're just letting your talents speak for itself. And your success is your revenge. So I definitely get a sense that you're elevating, and whoever is trying to micromanage you, they're staying exactly where they're at, okay? We also have the King of Pentacles. It's in the resistance position, again, like you got it in the reverse. but it indicates that some of you, there's something that's not working in your career right now. And I feel like you are either trying to approach it from a different angle, or you're getting rid of it because it's just weighing you down, it's holding you back. And I feel like you're about to, have a major breakthrough in your career where you really reach your full potential and you are paid the amount of money that you deserve and desire. But I feel some of you are, trying to manifest more money, and it hasn't been happening for you as quickly as you'd hoped for. But there is going to be a change here. I feel you're staying focused and grounded in your plans, and I feel that your hard work is going to pay off. Now, some of you have been working like extra time to step into a leadership role or try to launch your own business. Some of you, it may be from the home space, or you're trying to open yourself up to a new branch of bringing in extra finances. Whatever ideas you have, I see them being very lucrative. The King of Swords is to think before you act, but it's also to get organized. So I definitely see that some of you are getting super organized, more organized than usual. And I feel like your plans, you're going to start seeing the payoff because your efforts, it's going to feel like you've done so much in such a little amount of time. You're going to be so proud of yourself as well. Now, we do have the Empress, and it's in the outcome position. The Empress, male or female, as I said, it's not a gender specific reading. The Empress is really the person who sows the seed and nurtures, something to term. So it's like an idea is the seed, and then you're nurturing it. You're working really hard to make it grow, and then you're sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. And this is your time. I definitely see it's harvest time for you with this card. Also, some of you are birthing new ideas to life, getting really creative. This is a card of using and utilizing your skills and gifts and being very productive to get stuff done, and recognizing that you have value, that you actually deserve a lot in return for the skill set that you have. So if you feel like you're not getting that right now, I definitely see some of you putting your resume out there or just seeing what else is out there for new opportunities. But I do see that there is a potential where you're at right now to elevate into a promotion or a raise. And I will pull a card right at the end there. What they're showing me with the owl is that you have incredible amount of knowledge in different areas, okay? Even in your career, there are different areas that you know about that you could branch off into if you wanted to. And I see them as like second streams or of income, or even potentially second streams of networking where you can meet new people who can help put you in touch with other people, and you sort of rise through the ladder because of networking. But also I feel it's your skills and knowledge that are being recognized. So with the Empress energy, this is abundance time, but it's also you recognizing that you need to work in an environment that nourishes what you have to offer, that helps you thrive, that doesn't try to micromanage you or hold you back or be critical on you. Some criticism, it can be helpful. It's really important to recognize that someone can give you a piece of advice that sounds like they're criticizing, but ultimately, if they're helping you along the way, then, that is valuable. But sometimes there are people who are extra critical because they see what you're capable of and they want to stop you in your tracks. So I feel this is about checking in with your intuition right now and working out which is which, who's got your back and who hasn't got your back. Now, with the Six of Cups, this is a return to something that you love, especially with the Empress energy there. Some of you may have taken some time out to nurture children, to, on maternity leave, or you just took some time out to, focus on your own needs. And this is a return to work. And I definitely see that some of you, okay, it'll be hard to get back in the flow of it, but I see that you have an incredible mind and you're loving what you do, and you're going in at a higher position than when you left. That's what I'm seeing here as well. Now, some of you may also return to practices that really were enjoyable in your working environment. So if you work for yourself, for example, you're an entrepreneur and you enjoyed a certain aspect of your career, but you had to put it on hold, or you felt that you were not supported or you didn't have the connections, I definitely see a return to the good old days where things start to thrive. And I see, now this is a personal thing here, I see you've been given a gift at your working environment. So this could be a bonus or a raise, or as I said, a promotion, but it could also be a physical gift. So some of you, we're just moving out of your birthday season, so it's not that. So I just want you to be aware, it's not a birthday gift or a late birthday gift. I feel it's more that I mean, it could be something as small as someone leaves a little like chocolate or croissant on your desk, or but I feel it's something that is, because they're showing me money right now, so I feel it's something like a bonus to let you know that they think you're doing really awesome. It could be like employee of the month, or it could be like some sort of acknowledgement that you're going that extra mile for what you do, and it's going to surprise you. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. Also, I see, and I'm just going to pull a quick card on this, I see you having a reunion with somebody. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay. This person has something to offer. But the Three of Swords, yeah, the Three of Swords is there. So, I mean, there is a potential here to set something up with a friend. I mean, there's two kings there. So again, it's not about the gender. There's a potential partnership here, but the transition may be difficult. I mean, the Seven of Swords can indicate that you want to be a little bit more independent in your working environment. There's definitely an offer coming on in, but if you're signing new contracts, or you're actually going to set up a partnership with a person that you used to know or that you currently trust, it's really important to get a contract in place, because the Seven of Swords can indicate that someone, you know, won't pull their weight, that you're going to be left with all of the slack. You're going to have to do everything, and it just feels really unfair. Seven of Swords also, and this is just a little aside, I would just keep an eye on your belongings in your working environment, because there's a potential for a petty theft. Okay, now I don't normally like to read that card like that, because the Seven of Swords, actually the history of this card is, you know, it is a positive aspect, which, you know, the card is golden, so any golden or yellow cards in the tarot tend to be really positive. And this figure is actually taking the weaponry away from the army to find an alternative solution to a very delicate situation. This figure does not want to fight, does not want drama, does not want anything negative. So they're actually taking the swords and they're being misunderstood. So that's the actual meaning of the card. So there is a potential for a misunderstanding in your working environment, or between you and a person, where they're offering you, you know, a lucrative deal. But I would just get it in writing just to make sure, okay? And watch any contracts that you sign. Really look at the small print there, because there may be a clause in there that you're like, not really sure about that one. So you may want to negotiate a better deal. But also, I'm just getting an energy that there's a potential for, I don't know why they call it petty theft, my guides, because a theft is a theft, right? Doesn't matter what it is. If someone like even takes your sandwich from the fridge, it's still like, I get it if they're really hungry, but so are you. So I feel, you know, just watch out for that. I don't know why it's coming through, but it is coming through. Now, also, I feel there is someone who is returning into your life, and they may talk business, but I feel like they may have a romantic interest going on there as well. So just watch out for that. They see you as very attractive. This person, I feel like they may have just come out of a relationship. They're very heartbroken, and they remember a time where they enjoyed your company. Now, that's wonderful, but I feel this person, they're not in a place to offer anything more solid than, you know, it's not a deep relationship that I see there happening, okay? Because this person's not emotionally available right now to give you the love that you truly deserve if you're looking for love. So I just want you to be aware of that as well. Now, I want to pull a card separately on this Three of Swords, because it can indicate that someone's words wound you. Swords are all about communication, the mind, and the swords, Three of Swords in particular, you know, it definitely represents that things are going to be difficult, okay, and that you're trying to manage your stress levels. I mean, you're going from a Five of Swords, which is really amplified stress levels and, you know, anxiety, to a Three of Swords. So I feel like your anxiety is diminishing. I feel like you're trying to limit the amount of stuff that is on your plate. I definitely see you're like checking off things on your to-do list, and you're getting super organized. But I just want to pull a card on that Three of Swords. The Hermit. Some of you feel a little bit isolated in your working environment, and I feel like you yearn to get back to the good old days of working, or a place where perhaps there was a little bit more solidarity, people enjoyed what they did. You may feel like there's office politics or low morale where you're at right now. And some of you, I mean, look, the Eight of Cups indicates you're walking away from something that makes you feel isolated, alone, or, you know, tries to stifle your inspiration. As you see this Hermit energy, and you're a Virgo, of course, so this is your card. That star represents inspiration. It represents clarity. It represents hope. And it's in a lantern. So it's been stifled. It's being cooped up in a lantern. And I feel right now some of you are exhausted and you need to take a bit of a break in order to get clarity. But also I feel some of you are really wanting to stretch your skill set to really reach your full potential, and you may feel that that's not possible right now in your current circumstances, so you're seeking something other. I mean, the Eight of Cups indicates that some of you are either changing direction or you're opening yourself up to moving on to something that's more rewarding. And anyone who walks away on the Eight of Cups walks straight into the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfilled. So I definitely see with the Eight of Cups, some of you you may be wanting to work from home, or if you work from home, you may even be feeling a little bit isolated and you're looking for your soul tribe, or you're trying to open yourself up to networking events so that you can meet like-minded people, learn from them, they can learn from you, and also that you build some sort of, community where you can work together and inspire each other. But with the Eight of Cups here, I really get a sense here that some of you are doing a little bit of soul searching about your career. You're asking whether you're on the right path. I see that you're getting really organized, and I see that you're actually going to be on the right path. And I see that you're setting up or launching some sort of business idea that is difficult. So for example, if you're trying to launch something and you're trying to find the information of how to do it, it may not be readily available to you. So some of you may seek some sort of learning. You may put yourself on a class, or you may even search a social media platform like YouTube, for example. Lots of free videos out there for you to watch on how to do something. If you can think it, it's probably out there for you to research and see how to do it. So I feel like you're going to find a way to get to where you want to go. Again, the Three of Swords tells me it's not going to be easy. Okay. Now, I will say this, and I'm not picking up a huge energy of this, but some of you may hear of a difficulty with a friend. You may hear that a friend is having some difficulty, and I feel like you're a really good friend. You're going to be there for that person. You may even, it could be even someone who's at your working environment that confides in you in the month of October in particular. I feel like you're a really good listener. This person, they need someone to listen, and I feel this person is very lonely, and they feel like they can't offload to anybody, but they feel that you are a good heart, and you may even attract people who need someone to talk to in general. But I get a sense that someone at your working environment is going to try and confide in you, and whilst you may be time pressurized, this person really needs a good ear. Okay, so if possible, I would open yourself up to this person, because they're going through a bit of a tough time. So just watch out for that. And I'm saying this because I do see that in the future, this person, it's not that you're going to do something good to get something good back. I don't feel that at all. But this person in the future is going to be very relevant in your life later on. Okay, and it could be that they can offer you something lucrative in the future. Their path is going to go in a very positive direction, and it will influence yours as well. Okay, now we do have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Now the King of Swords is to be super organized, is to be clear about your intentions and where you want to go, but also to action whatever it is that's on your mind. And I feel, especially with the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, and we had a Seven of Swords showing up there, if anything negative or hidden, or anything that you don't trust, or if you've got a hunch that something is happening behind the scenes in your industry or in your career environment, even if there's new policies coming into play or things are being restructured, I feel like you're seeing beyond what is being shown to you. I feel intuitively that something is afoot or change is afoot, but also I feel like you're being logical about this. So I feel like you're not allowing your emotions to run away with you or your intuition to run away with you. I feel like you're being very logical about the next steps of how you process this information. And I feel with the Six of Swords present, it means that you're protected and redirected, okay? Also, the King of Swords indicates you're a pro at whatever it is that you turn your hand to. You're really good at everything that you do, and you're going to command really good money, and you won't have financial worries, okay? This is an entrepreneurship card. If you're already in your own business and you're your own boss, you'll know that there's never enough time in the day to do everything that you want to do, and that you tend to work 24/7 rather than 9 to 5. But you enjoy what you do, and you're working towards simplifying your career in order to have more time for you. And some of you may be expanding your business on a global scale, because the King of Swords is to go global. You may use the internet as a platform to get the word of your company out there. So that's what I mean about peacocking yourself, you know, or at least standing proud for what you have to offer, because you're really gifted at what you do, and not everybody has the skill set that you have. And I'm not blowing smoke up you know what. I see it in the cards, I can see it in the energy, and I feel that this is your time to shine. We do have a King of Cups, so you will be a natural born leader, someone who is diplomatic, someone who is a good listener, a peacemaker, someone who's a mediator, someone who loves what they do and makes really good decisions and takes action on those. You lead with intelligence and with a good heart. So I definitely see that you would naturally be a person who could step into a leadership role and lead a team of people, or even be in control of your own business. And I feel, you know, now is the time to either launch that or step into that role. And I see a role like that being offered to you. I also see that something that perhaps you went up for, that either got canceled or got delayed, it's coming back around. Okay, and you're going to get the money that you wanted, and the opportunity is yours. That's what I see. Okay, now just let me pull a card on these three kings. The Judgment card. Okay, so what they're indicating here is, you know, aspects of self to change your life, you know, that inner guidance that we all have, because the Judgment is to listen to your true calling. So the King of Pentacles energy is to look at your plan, make sure it's all grounded, make sure that you are working really hard towards your goals, and, you know, there's going to be a lot of administrative tasks that you're going to be keeping up on. There's going to be a lot of like filing that you're going to have to do, calls that you're going to have to make. I feel like you're in the flow of being very productive. You're going to be very busy, but in a good way. The King of Swords is like to have clarity of mind, to be a really good wordsmith, to be clear in your intentions, give good presentations, or, you know, be very professional about what it is that you're doing. And of course, the King of Cups is to naturally lead, to trust your intuition, to be very supportive and be supported, to be protected in all of your endeavors, and, you know, to move closer to doing something that you love doing. And the Judgment card is really about your true calling. It is about being on your life's purpose path, but also it's about making a decision, judging where you're at right now. It's a self-evaluation period. So you're looking at where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go, and you're taking the necessary steps to get there. And the Judgment card indicates that you're heading in the right direction. You're being called forward to make some changes or some moves. And it also indicates that you will return to better times, because the Judgment card is like a second wind energy. It's like suddenly your motivation returns. Suddenly you feel inspired. And you can see these figures. They're literally leaving their old life behind. These boxes here, they represent coffins. So it's like something isn't working, it's dead in the water. You are changing it, you're approaching your career in a different way. You may even be leaving a place in order to embrace something new, because it is your calling. And I feel like you're being divinely guided to make this move in your career as well. The Judgment card also indicates, you know, an opportunity returning to you. So it could be an opportunity to enjoy yourself more in your work, bring a little bit more spontaneity, a little bit more fun, or more money, because I feel the thing right now, because this is a resistance position, the thing you're really looking at is finances. And I feel like your skills are going to elevate you to bring in more money, okay? Now let's just go and get Full Cup, Seeking the Holy Grail. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, that's weird. They want me to go 2 more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so what's old is new again. Okay, so again, look at this energy of something coming back around. It says recycle, back to work, old job, new angle, refurbish, resale. So that's definitely happening for you. I feel like there's a major period of growth in your career where things are going to be very rewarding for you, and things that are not readily seen to you right now are going to show up for you. So I feel this is a very healthy time for you to expand your business or expand your opportunities. We've also got Full Cup, Seeking the Holy Grail, Life Mission, Greatest Desire, a thirst for more and fulfilled. And that's connecting right to your Chariot card. So I definitely see that you are going to be offered something, because cups, they tend to be offered in the tarot, and it's about, you know, you being offered something that you love doing that's going to make you feel fulfilled as well as financially rewarded. We've got Magic Mirror, public persona. So your reputation goes from strength to strength. It says here, you are the product, sales, social media, speaker, leader. Okay, so even if you're not on social media, you're definitely destined to be a leader. And some of you may even use a social media platform in order to elevate or get your message out there. I feel like your public persona will go from strength to strength. You will be well known for what you do, whether it's in a famous scale, or whether it is like within your industry on a more localized scale. I definitely see that you're going to be recognized for your skills and talents. We also have new heights. Okay, climbing the ladder of success. It says steady climb, solid ground, endurance, exceeding your expectations. Now, there are some very negative cards in this deck, and you could have got one of those, but they haven't popped out for you, so that's really a positive sign. We've got service, thriving in community, similar goals, do your part, benefits for all, and the sweet life. And as I said, you are really looking at your environment where you work and who's got your back and who tries to derail you. And you want to work in a community where people support each other. You know, even if you are in the same industry and you are competitive with each other, it's still, you know, a time to be supportive, because what's right for one person's not going to be right for the other. One person's going to have gifts that the other person doesn't have. Can you work together in a common goal? You know, I remember back in the day, many years ago, I was in an industry that was hugely competitive. I mean, most industries are, but, you know, I went up for something that I thought, you know, I really want this. It'd be really great to have this. But there were some things that were perhaps missing on my resume that, you know, they were looking for. And I was like, it doesn't matter, because you know what? I really work hard to learn more, and, you know, I'm a quick learner, so I can implement those skills quite quickly. And there was actually someone in an interview for the same role before me. And unfortunately, I could hear the interview because I was sitting outside waiting for mine. And I could hear the interview. And I was just listening. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's the best person for the job, actually. I can see her getting this job. Even though I want the job, I could have the maturity to say, you know what, I can see that this person, they're more suited to it. And, you know, in that moment, I went in, obviously I did the interview, deep down knowing that, you know, I was probably not going to get this job because that other lady was the right person for the job. And when she came out of the interview, I saw her, and we just like glanced at each other, and I said, good job. And she was like, oh my gosh, you could hear that. And I said, yeah. I said, I think you're going to get it. And she was like, oh, what role are you up for? And I said, I'm up for the same role. But I think, you know, and I was really honest. And she sort of looked at me like, what? And I thought, you know, in the end, there was something way better for me down the line with something else. And I didn't get that role. And I do hope that that lady did get that role, because she was the right person. Sometimes you can acknowledge that. You know, and that's how we just feel this level of, you know, support from afar, even sometimes, because what is right for you will never pass you by. And I knew that that position wasn't particularly right for me. And, you know, rather than just snatch it all up because, you know, I was desperate for the money at the time, which of course I was, you know, it was best to acknowledge that, you know what, that person would do a better job in that role than I would. So, it wasn't my 100% interest as well, but I just needed the money. So, you know, sometimes we can acknowledge those things. And I feel you're wanting to work in an industry where people are more honest, more, you know, open, and, you know, more supportive of each other. So we've got sovereign there as well. Okay. And this is really about governing your own life. So some of you are definitely setting up second streams of income or becoming entrepreneurs, being in charge, rising to the top, leadership, and freedom lifestyle. As I said, you're trying to create more time for you and your family, trying to streamline your energy. You don't want to waste time. I definitely see you're going to be more time efficient there. And also, I mean, that's the second or third card that has leadership. So you're being called to lead at this time in your career and take action. So I'm just going to go and get a rune before we close. Look at that. We got the gift. So this is like the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune, really, but it's actually called the gift rune. And I feel like you're going to be given a gift. I even mentioned it in your reading. So it could be something small, but it could also be like a financial package. But the gift can also indicate partnerships. So because there's two kings here, I mean, I did pull a card on it. There is a potential that you're setting something up with another person. Could be someone you trust. I would always get a contract, doesn't matter, just to, you know, safeguard yourself, because there can be changes in the future that can change everything, really. So it's really important to get a contract in place. But this really indicates that you're going from strength to strength, that you are going further than you anticipated, and also it's good fortune. So I feel like it's almost like a lucky break there as well. But I feel you're turning a page, and there's much more positive energy shifting in your career to help you get into leadership positions or be more on top and in control of your working environment. And there are benefits along the way. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Virgo. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.